Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change and uncover the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you love discovering coins that could be worth way more than face value, you're definitely in the right place. Today's spotlight is on a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar right now. A small, humble penny, but not just any penny. We're talking about the 1982 Lincoln cent. This little copper-colored coin could actually be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars to the right collector. So grab your magnifying glass, check your piggy bank, and stay with me until the end of the video because I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about the 1982 penny, from why it's so special, to what makes certain versions incredibly rare, and of course, how much these coins are actually selling for today. To understand why the 1982 penny is such a big deal, we've got to rewind a bit and take a look at a major change in US coinage that happened in 1982. Up until that year, pennies were made mostly of copper, 95% copper to be exact, and just 5% zinc. But copper prices were going up, and it became more expensive for the US Mint to keep making pennies out of mostly copper. So in the middle of 1982, the Mint made a big decision. They switched to making pennies primarily out of zinc, with just a thin copper coating. This means that 1982 is a transition year. Some pennies that year were made of copper, and others were made of zinc. Not only that, but the US Mint used two different designs for the dates on the coins that year, a large date and a small date, and these were used on both the Philadelphia and Denver Mint coins. That's how we ended up with 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. But the most mysterious, most valuable, and most talked about variety is the 1982 small date copper penny. And yes, that's the one that could make you a lot of money. So what makes this one version of the 1982 penny such a big deal? Well, it's all about a combination of factors: rarity, a mistake at the mint, and collector demand. The Denver Mint was only supposed to produce zinc-based pennies with the small date design. Copper planchets, the blank discs used to strike the coins, weren't supposed to be used with the small date design at Denver. But somehow, a few copper planchets slipped through, and a small number of 1982 small date copper pennies were minted. This wasn't discovered until years later. For a long time, collectors didn't even know they existed. But in 2016, a numismatist named Paul Malone submitted a 1982 small date copper cent to a third-party grading service. It was tested, authenticated, and the world suddenly realized this coin was real, and it was extremely rare. Now here's where things get really exciting, because you might have one of these coins without even realizing it. There are 2 things you need to check: the date design. Large date versus small date. This can be subtle, but with a close look, you'll notice the difference. On the small date, the number 2 in 1982 is more curved, and the 8 appears more even in height with the other digits. On the large date, the numbers are bolder, and the 8 looks slightly larger. Point 2. The weight, copper versus zinc. Here's where you'll need a digital scale that can measure in grams. A copper penny will weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only about 2.5 grams. So if you've got a 1982 small date penny and it weighs 3.11 grams, you could be holding a gold mine in your hand. Well, copper, but worth gold. So what are these rare pennies actually selling for? Well, the very first authenticated 1982 small date copper penny sold for $18,000. Yep, 1 cent turned into $18,000. Another one sold later for nearly $10, $800, and depending on the condition of the coin, especially if it's uncirculated or has a high grade like MS65 or higher, prices can easily reach 5 figures. That's more than most people earn in a month, all from a single coin. But even if your 1982 penny isn't that ultra-rare version, many 1982 pennies in excellent condition are still collectible and can be worth $5, $10, or even $50 or more depending on their grade and variety. So it's always worth checking them out. As of right now, the rare 1982 small date copper penny is one of the most wanted coins in the Lincoln Cent series. Collectors are always on the hunt for examples, especially certified ones from PCGS or NGC, which are professional coin grading services. Prices tend to rise over time as more collectors enter the market and fewer examples remain available for sale. Even circulated versions, if proven to be the real deal, can bring in thousands. So if you find a coin that matches the weight and design, you should definitely get it tested by a professional grader. You could have a major payday on your hands. Here's what I recommend if you want to start searching for valuable 1982 pennies. Get a good digital gram scale. You'll need one that reads to 2 decimal places. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the date style carefully. Separate your 1982 pennies by weight and mint mark. Look for coins in good condition, these are always worth more. Consider submitting any promising finds to a coin grading service for verification. And here's a fun tip. Roll searching. Get rolls of pennies from the bank and go through them one by one. People find valuable coins in circulation all the time. It's like treasure hunting, and you never know what you'll find. And that's a wrap on the incredible story of the 1982 Lincoln penny. A coin that was never supposed to exist, a coin so rare that only a handful have ever been found, and a coin that could be sitting in your change right now. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare coins, coin hunting tips, and how to turn your spare change into serious cash, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I've got more deep dives coming up on some insanely valuable coins you won't believe. Have you ever found a rare penny in your change? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching, good luck coin hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. Want me to turn this into a downloadable script file or a video description with SEO tags too?